It's actually all about the distance, not necessarily the technique. It's funny how things change in a month, isn't it? Like 4 weeks ago I was prancing around my 10 by 4 metre workshop, just not like without a care in the world, and now this is my workshop. I mean, it's pretty similar, same kind of floor space, just without the roof, a few more sirens in the background, and I mean, at least the floor's more level. Just in case you're watching this video in the future, it is currently Thursday the 16th of April 2020, and the UK is in probably at like the very peak of the coronavirus pandemic. It's very weird times at the moment. I think we're in week 3 or week 4 of lockdown, and we have just had the announcement that it is going to be another 3 more weeks of being locked up in our houses. So up until this point I've been trying to make the most of the time that I have available. I've been reading books, I've been doing a few admin bits for the business, and I've caught up on a lot of things. And in the meantime I'm trying to prove to the world that I have actually started hitting puberty. Can't really fill in these areas, but this is looking pretty good. But I had the opportunity today to actually go and visit my workshop. I had to work on some security system bits because I don't want to leave my workshop unattended, and in doing so I picked up a lot of material, which is what you can see in the background. And this is going to be perfect for the next 3 weeks because I'm going to set up a workshop in the back garden. And today is going to be documenting that journey, sorting out all of this material and tools and all the rubbish that I've brought with me. And in doing so, I'm hoping that this series will prove to some of you that although I am blessed with the beautiful amount of space that I have in my workshop, you don't necessarily need all of that. I'm going to be using this thing as my workbench for the next few weeks. This is a couple of sawhorses with a piece of MDF set up on top. I'll give you a proper tour in a minute, but you know, it's going to be cool going back to basics and just seeing what we can do. Yes, I still have all the flashy tools. I'm not going to be throwing them away, but in terms of the actual equipment available and setups, we are very limited. Not to mention the fact that we are open to the heavens as well. So just to give you a tour of the workshop, this is a tiki head that we stole on a drunken night out from a club. Yeah, it's quite an operation that. This is the workbench that I'm going to be using. A couple of Axminster trade sawhorses with a path table attached to the top. The MDF has swollen now, so the holes don't actually fit the dogs very well, but it's a good surface to work on, and I've got a Moxon vise in this lot somewhere to clamp to the top of that so we can actually do some joinery. Here I've just been like emptying this shed. We've actually got an axe throwing target here, as well as a airsoft shooting range, and bugger. Come on, I've got to get it. Got to look cool on camera. No, it's actually all about the distance, not necessarily the technique. Yeah. It's basically just like a big end grain chopping board, essentially, that one of my mates made, and it works very, very well. Behind here is a filing area for garden waste. Here is the shed. Oh, bloody hell. There was a wasp nest up there just now, but we fortunately have some airsoft guns in the house, so we just, well, we shot it down, as you do. We've also got a wardrobe that we disassembled, some weights that my friend borrowed from a gym, and some garden equipment. That was a tip this morning, I've only just sorted it out. As you can see, we haven't quite hit that age where gardening is a #1 priority. We're still very much in the uni mindset. But let's go through some of the tools and equipment that I decided to bring with me. So to start with, I've got my travelling hand tool chest, which I have absolutely crammed full of stuff. We've got knives, drill bits, chisels, braddles, more knives. I've got a sharpening stone. I'm actually just going to be using one of the Axminster Rider diamond stones while I'm here, because it's just low maintenance. Can't be bothered to flatten any water stones. It's just get it, go, done. Spoke shaves, planes, you know, all the usual stuff, plus a few other gimmicks. Under here we have got, well, we've obviously got a bunch of veneer, which I plan to do some stuff with. Shooting board, the ramp shooting board with the shooting plane attached to it. I would not be able to do any hand tool work without this, so definitely had to bring that along. Within here I've also got my bench hook and another thing as well, the Moxon vise. And in terms of power tools, I've got the Bosch drill, combi drill, a bit of carpet. I have got here, what's this? That is a 1/4 inch router, and I've got both a fixed base and a plunge base for that. I decided to bring my jigsaw with me, as well as my 12 volt planer, which I've just realised I left the batteries in the workshop. Damn it. I hope there's stuff in there. Come on, come on, come on. Yes. Full charge as well. Oh, thank God. I forgot I had the router in there as well. 2 bars on that. We will take that, that's good. And there's the old Moxon vise. So this is what I'm going to be attaching to the top of that workbench. It just gets clamped down, and it's basically just 2 wooden jaws. It's the bench crafted one and should be very, very useful. What we got in here? Glue, sandpaper, finish. I'm going to get that out of sunlight. It's probably not a good idea. That'll do. Oh, look what I found in the workshop. Yes. We've struck gold, boys. Contact adhesive, because I don't know, I think the red just sort of stood out to me. Got a rebate plane, some other sandy bits. I've got a base for the Axminster Rider sharpening stone. Charger for the 18 volt batteries, I actually remembered that one. Screws, strop, mitre bond. Always need mitre bond when you're going to be bodging some stuff together. Sorry, I mean build stuff really nicely. And a bunch of clamps stuffed away at the bottom there. In here, non-slip mark, fence for a router, and I've got the random orbit sander as well. I haven't brought any extraction with me, but I did put my mask in the same bag as the sander, which I thought was a very, very good choice to make. And I've also got some other PPE and stuff in here as well. Nothing too exciting, and some Forster bits. And in terms of wood, we've got some rosewood, some acacia, some like really gnarly bits here. More rosewood, got some nice rippled sycamore here. What else we got? Got some Paduke there, some what's that, red oak with some nice medullary rays on it, some brown oak, which is a big old board, that's actually like underneath this entire thing, and then this whole thing's just filled with, like, we got a bit of zebrano there. That dark one there, I believe, is either Cocobolo or Macassar ebony. It is Macassar ebony. Look at that. Very, very nice. Also got a bit of walnut in here, and over here we've got 2 bits. They were just for like doing joint demonstrations or something like that at shows. They were just left over, and I'm considering doing a dovetailing live stream while I'm here in the garden. So next we're going to focus on sorting out all of this mess, and then after that I want to explain to you what the overall aim of the next few weeks is, so make sure you stick around for that. I think it will be very exciting for a lot of you. First job is to get all the wood sorted out onto this bench.
Yesterday I was attacked by 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. The odds were against me. Are you recording?
Yeah, it's time-lapsing.
Oh, right.
I'm going to cut that bit out. Right, so let me talk you through what's going on here, or what the plan for the next few weeks are. You see, the past few weeks, months, maybe even half a year, I don't really know, I've had a bit of a problem in that, firstly, I don't really get enough time in the workshop as it is. You guys are all completely aware of this. I am sort of just pushed for time all the time in there. But The other things that have been going on behind the scenes is that I haven't really been feeling as inspired when I go into the workshop as I once was, you know, like 2 years ago when I was building like the bass guitar, for example. I'm still going in, but I feel like I'm going through the motions a bit with things rather than getting like really stuck in with projects. And this is having a knock-on effect with my confidence, definitely, because I almost don't feel worthy of that space. You know, I've got such a huge amount of equipment in there and just stuff that I could use and endless possibilities, but I'm just not using it. And it's really, it's causing a lot of frustration in me apart from anything, because it's like, why is this not working? You know, I should just be able to go in there and feel inspired to actually make something. Maybe it's a creative block, I don't know, but it's been going on for far too long now and it has actually started annoying me quite a lot. So I'm hoping that this quarantine isolation thing is going to be my, I don't know, my guide through all of this, I suppose, and hopefully give me an opportunity to go back to that raw documentary style filming that I used to do, you know, where it wasn't really too polished or professional or anything. It was just slap the camera down, go, smash through the projects and just laugh at all the mistakes that go on and just have fun with it rather than take myself too seriously. And I'm hoping this is going to be my inspiration to kind of refine that again. Is that a word? Refined? Uncover, I don't know. So the overall plan over the next few weeks is firstly make this space functional. We're halfway there at the moment, things are organised, the bench is set up, and we've got like a gazebo coming and stuff because I'm looking like a lobster already. My housemate just told me that one side of me is cooked more than the other. Don't know if you can see it on camera, probably not. Oh yeah, you can. Look, burnt that side, pale that side. So firstly it's just to make the space functional and actually make it possible to actually start making things here, because it's going to be a very rudimentary setup, not what I'm used to, but it should be pretty fun. The second thing, however, the bigger goal is I want to make something for you guys, specifically for those of you working in the NHS on the front line who are quite frankly mental. What I mean by that is hats off to you. Like, you guys are incredible. I can't even begin to imagine what it's like working in the environment at the moment, because like I'm only seeing the numbers, but actually seeing that stuff happening face to face is like I don't even know how to explain it, to be honest, but all I know is that I want to show my gratitude to you guys somehow. So the overall plan is to make some boxes over the next 3 weeks, because like, firstly, I love making boxes. It was why I got into woodworking in the first place. They're just simple to make, they're really fun, they're pretty quick as well, and there's quite a few things that you can do in designing boxes to make it different than the rest. You know, you can change the material, you can change the shape, you can change the dimensions and all that, and it's quite easy to make them individual. So I like it for that reason. But quite frankly, I just want to give them away to those of you working in the NHS. That's all I want from this, and I will just reiterate, this is strictly to those of you working in the UK, where the NHS is based. Yeah, I just want to show my gratitude to you guys somehow, and I've toyed around with a few different ideas with this. It was either make the boxes, auction them off, and then donate that money to the NHS, but like, you know, it would have a diversified effect, but it wouldn't necessarily have an effect on the individual people working within that, which is why I've come to what I'm doing now, where although I don't necessarily address every single one of you, the people who do receive those prizes, I'm hoping to sort of just provide something positive in all of this mess, I suppose. So that's what I'm sort of aiming for over the next few weeks. And the way we're going to do it is simply, if you're working in the NHS and you're working on the front line, or, you know, I don't know what the second line is or the third line, but if you're working somewhere in the NHS that's dealing with this stuff head on, then what I want you to do is message me via the contacts form in the description below and just let me know that you want to enter. I'm not going to ask for your details or anything like that. I don't want you to have to prove that you're working in the NHS. And on that note, those of you who see this opportunity to try and snag a box while not working in the NHS, please don't try that. Just be honest here. This is strictly for people in the NHS, and if you want to enter, you can do so via the contacts form in the description. If all goes well, hopefully, well, firstly, we'll have a lot of boxes to give away to you guys and just sort of show my gratitude to you guys. Secondly, I'm hoping it's just going to springboard me into the future and just kind of get that ball rolling again, where I just have some fun in the workshop, you know. I haven't got it with me here now. I've got to go back to basics, and I'm hoping it'll just sort of make me grateful for the equipment that I have in that workshop, and also make me realise that maybe you know, I don't necessarily need it. I can prove to myself that I can work perfectly well in a garden workshop that I can in the four walls of my workshop in the next town along. If it goes bad, however, then we will see. We don't know what don't know what's going to happen then. You know, maybe it'll just be one box to give away, I don't know. But there's sirens in the background now, so I'm going to sign off. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you know anyone else in the NHS who might be interested in signing up, then just let them know. Send them the link to the contact form in the description below. And yeah, hopefully we'll make enough boxes to give away to all of you guys. I'll see you in the next video.